Hey guys, welcome to Free Coding. In this video, we're gonna learn about jump statements in Python. The reason why do we need jump statements is because whenever you want to alter your code, for example, whenever you want to, exit from a loop or skip a particular iteration in a loop, in such cases, you can depend on using these jump statements. And there are three jump statements here. You have continue, you have break, and pass. Let's see one by one in detail with an example. So starting off with continue, first of all, why do we need continuous? Because whenever you want to skip an iteration in a loop. So for example, I have created a list of numbers to which I have named as numbers here. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna print all the numbers or all the items from this list except 5. So that's how I know I'm gonna make use of continue to skip 5. So first of all, you need a for loop here for I in numbers in order to iterate through the loop. And right after getting into the loop, the first thing you need to do is you need to check whether I is carrying 5. As soon as the condition becomes true, the interpreter will read continue, and that way it would skip 5 and jump to the next iteration, which means whenever your interpreter reads this continue, it would never read the remaining lines that are inside the loop. And once this condition becomes false here, that's when it's never gonna read the continue and jump to the print statement here. So let me run this. There you go. It has printed all the numbers except 5 from the list. Now moving ahead with the next one, which is break. Just like the name suggests, break is to break from the loop or exit from the loop. So again, I have taken a numbers of list here to which I have named numbers, and I have numbers from 1 to 10 here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna print all the numbers until I reach 5. Okay, so which means I'm going to print numbers from 1 to 4. As soon as I reach 5, I don't want to proceed further and I want to just jump out of the loop. For that, a first statement is to use a for loop for I in numbers to iterate through the loop. As soon as you get into the loop, you have to make sure you're going to check whether I is carrying 5. If so, we'll have to break right away, right? So if I is equivalent to 5, break. Whenever your interpreter again reads break, it would just get out of the loop. It would never read the lines that are inside the loop after break. And only when this condition becomes false, your interpreter is gonna read this print statement. There you go again. So it has printed from 1 to 4, and after 4, again the interpreter is gonna read this line. So I is gonna carry 5 this time, but this condition would become true here for the 5th time when you run the loop. So that is when the interpreter is gonna exit from the loop. The final jump statement that we have here is pass. So pass acts like an placeholder for the code that you're going to write in the future. Like for example, whenever you want to define a function, but just define it for now and write the code inside the function later point of time. But your interpreter would not allow that. It would throw an error if you have an empty block of code inside any definition, like for example a function. So in such cases, what you could do is instead having an empty block of code, you can use the placeholder called pass here. So first of all, let me define a function without writing anything inside it and run it. As you can see, it threw an error. So to avoid that error, you can use pass. So that way, you won't get any error and you can proceed further with your code. Same goes for your class definition, even for an if statement, or even a for loop. So with this, we'll end this video. We'll see you in a different video with a different concept.